But welcome everybody back to our playthrough of Monster Camp. We are currently talking to the Mothman on week 2, night of the camp. Instead of trying to chat up our love interest, we are going to talk to the Mothman. Eric, I do want to say thank you for the 10 stream streak. Thank you, buddy. You guys don't know how important it is to just like and just be here. It's so helpful. We are not romancing the Mothman, Rufus. We are... Rufus, welcome to the chat. We are talking to him this evening. Hey, Amira. Welcome to my cozy little log. How is everything? Say, have you heard anything particularly juicy lately? Any good stories about our campmates? Look at me, trying to make small talk and not all just fishing for some gossip. No, just some good old-fashioned small talk. He is very dapper. Both Chonky and Silver are pointing that out. Very dapper gentleman. I'll say this. You know, I pull off some dapper. And I don't see y'all losing your fucking minds over it. I'm not bitter. Like, not at all. Like, I'm fine. I'll do. I'll be okay. Alright. Anyway. Come on. Sometimes, I know I'm married, but sometimes just a little acknowledgement so that way I don't feel depressed. How about that? Let's just... That is true. He does have Flufenazole. Fuck it. It's time for some lies and gossip. Here we go. Choose one. Cocaine-fueled interpretive dance, Big Bird, basic common sense, Transylvanian vampire mosquitoes. Thank you, Silver. It makes me feel so good to be told I'm handsome. Alright. Lies and gossip. Okay. So this is another minigame that I'm not fully aware of. I almost want to do cocaine-fueled interpretive dance. What you've done is you're being a good friend. That's all you are, Silver. That's all you've done. I think I want to do this one. Fuck it. We're going to do cocaine-fueled interpretive dance. A giant wriggling maggot, an enchanted frog, Lord Poseidon, a flat earther. Flat earther. Hashtag so... Okay. So... Hashtag so provocative. Ooh, how interesting. I'm so glad our conversation naturally led to you to tell me that without me having to pry at all. I promise I will take this secret to the grave. If you'll excuse me, I'm off to whisper covertly to our campmates about something completely unrelated. You make the conscious decision to spread lies around camp. Great move, asshole! Anyway, you overhear your rumor being spread. Did you ever hear about that time Amira wrote a tweet that went totally viral? Apparently back in 2016, Amira drank one of too many wine coolers and tweeted out, "Sorry, but the concept of cocaine-fueled interpretive dance is totally problematic. So provocative." And that tweet blew up overnight, and nobody can shut up about Amira's hot take. I heard so productive even started trending. I like how this is a lich dude wearing a D20 shirt. I approve of this wholly. Of course, such a spicy opinion is going to received some backlash. Apparently, the people you don't want to piss off, community was pretty unhappy with what Amira had to say. But then a viral account run by a flat earther tweeted, "Yo, Adam Meyer is totally in the right. Want to talk about it more on my podcast. Hashtag so provocative." So, this dude's a nerd. This dude's a nerd because he just said, "Well, actually." So, Amira agreed to be on a Flat Earthers podcast, and apparently they have been denying ever since. What do you think about that? Maybe we shouldn't cancel somebody based on a tweet they wrote so many years ago, but it's still something to think about. Well, viral fame is fleeting, but gossip is forever. Amira loses -4 creativity. Fuck! Bring out your flasks. Oh, this is a drinking game. Hang on. Frazzing up my throat. I'll use my skills. That weekend you visit your good old pal, Juan. He knows a thing or two about getting wasted. Bueno. Look who's here. I was just experimenting with these drinks here. I was about to throw them away, but I have a feeling you're reckless enough to give them a try, right? Get ready. Oh. Pair of beer boots. Rufus, thank you for the 10 watch stream. He is Juan. He is the little barman Juan. You think you can handle a pair of beer boots? Thanks to these babies, a random location will be chosen, and you can drunk walk all over it until you become a true expert. After that, anyone could end up earning twice as many stats from visiting it. It's hard to believe you drank that. Good luck, I guess. Okay, so we can get ×2 stat bonuses on smarts, which we really need. Creativity has also got to go up. We're going to do the woods again. That day you go on a hiking trip with a bunch of random campers. You live some weird adventures and share personal stories and secrets. You don't know their names and they don't seem to have their own character models, but they reveal to you they're part of a different game, a survival resource managing one. Turns out they cannot perceive your character model. You go to the same camp, yet you're part of different games. This is deeply strange and makes you reflect so much about your existence that you gain +4 smarts out of it. They apparently gain +20 berries and +4 stamina, whatever that means. Back at your tent, you spot Calculaster fiddling with his ant farm. He's so tender with those small leggy boys. Oh, hello, friend Amira. I was just deriving useful insights from organic life from my ant terrarium. Initially, I was worried that tiny six-legged creatures might not be fitting an analog for more complex life forms. But friend Milo helpfully informed me that we are all tiny six-legged creatures where it counts. Concern averted. He does look like he's got some pecs. Now I want to go do more push-ups. Lately, I have been focused on giving my little ants the happiest lives possible, if I can just optimize their tiny ant lives. It will help me understand how to make my larger friends happier as well. Recently, however, I have run into an obstacle. As everyone knows, the happiness of an organic being is directly related to how efficient it is at working. And my ants are quite efficient. I hardly know any humans who could vomit so much material into the mouth of their exalted queen. Back to this. Okay. But I wonder, are my ants as efficient as they could be? Surely there must be room for improvement. But I have tried everything I can think of without success. Transmitting a mathematical formula for organizational efficiency didn't help, and neither did telling them to do their best in binary. I'm at a loss. Well, calculus set the bar pretty low in terms of workable solutions. Surely you can think of something that will make these ants into harder workers. Yearly company retreat to Miami. The anticipation alone will fill them with determination. The fantasy of meritocracy. This game is hitting me in the fucking feels so hard. I don't... Brother, I don't know. This one's hard. I should have put the intuition thing on because I don't know what the right option is at this point. I am at a loss. I'm gonna take a drink of water. Let me see. Sorry, I'm considering. I think I'm going to go with the anticipation alone. We have an ad break in about 2 minutes and about 50 seconds for anybody who is not currently subscribed to the channel. So just a heads up. So fun. What an excellent idea. Indeed, I have read that taking a break from staring at screens for a while can have immense positive mental health benefits. Yes! I'm not sure how that research applies to individuals whose faces are literally screens, but this is not about me. It is about these ants. To start things off right, you send the ants on their first 5-day Miami vacation right away. The ants are delighted to finally have a break. They get absolutely trashed on the plane because those little airplane liquor bottles aren't so little when you're an ant. They spend 5 fun-filled days in Miami soaking up the sun, participating in fun team-building activities, and ruining a ton of picnics. A couple of the ants even get involved in a wild caper where the ant police enlist them to go undercover to take down the head lice mafia. I put the emphasis on that wrong. Head lice, not head lice. It's such an action-packed romp that it even gets turned into a TV show. Soon everybody's talking about the success of Miami Lice. Oh, god damn it. Fuck, my head hurts. They did the joke. They did the joke. Ad break in 90 seconds. The ants return home rejuvenated, pheromones abuzz with tales of their exploits, already planning next year's trip. My goodness, the ants' productivity has increased by 300%. It seems that taking breaks is even more beneficial than I anticipated. Something tells me that it has less to do with the break and more to do with the cocaine the ants smuggled back from Miami. Still, whatever works, you gain +2 fun and +1 creativity. Alright, got our creativity back up. Do the woods again? Yeah, we might as well min-max the shit out of this. That day, while hiking through the woods, you find a tree with the words J+S forever carved on it. Aww. Then on another tree you find J is a liar and a cheating hoe. That's less cute. Then on yet another tree you find S, I know you banged like 12 people abroad in Europe. Don't dish what you can't take. On the last tree, S doxes J. It turns out J lives on 7889 +4 Smarts Lane. Boy, you sure can learn a lot from trees. The gasp, the drama. You slip away with Damien and Calculator for a relaxing stroll through the forest. Not sure why this is the duo you pick for a relaxing stroll, but it's your life. 10 minutes into your walk, Damien checks his backpack. A horrified look spreads across his face.
We're fucking lost.
We don't have food. Ah. Listing facts. My favorite game. Vending machines kill 4 times as many people as sharks do. The average human sheds 40 pounds of skin in their lifetime. Death is inevitable. This isn't a fucking game, Calculaster. We're in the woods without any food. Does the word starvation mean anything to you? Not personally, no. Alright, clearly I'm the only person taking this seriously. We've got to figure out a way to survive, and we've got to do it fast. Cal, give me your leg. Why, friend Damien? So I can eat it to survive. Come on, aren't you a supercomputer or something? Try to keep up. Though I would be happy to help, my leg is composed entirely of metal and plastic, neither of which would be a good source of calories. I'm metal too, so that should be fine. Give me your leg to eat. Counterpoint, could we not instead order a delicious meal at the Forest McDonald's directly behind you? You turn around and sure enough there's a McDonald's in this forest. Thank the invisible hand of the free market. Oh wow, McDonald's, that's slightly better than eating a severed robot leg. Let's go check out the menu. Only slightly better than a severed robot leg. There you go, McDonald's. I will take that sponsorship money, throw all your marketing cash to me. Oops, how about I not hit my mic? Good shit. Good shit. But soon... This menu sucks. Shamrock shake, but made of actual shamrocks. McDirt. Calculaster severed leg. Fillet of fish. I swear, there's not a single thing on this menu I'd be willing to... Oh, shit. McRib is back! McRib is back! Thanks Satan Almighty, McRib is back! I'm sorry, I can't eat a McRib anymore. When they look like a chewed up, ran over, treaded dog turd. I don't know. I don't know about that shit anymore. Maybe it's because I'm trying to lose a little bit more weight. Maybe it's because I realize that half the shit I've eaten throughout my life is probably trying to kill me. Who knows? You excitedly rush to the counter to place your order, but when you get there, the cashier tells you that they only take payment in acorns. What the dick? I don't have any acorns, but I need this McRib. There's got to be something we could do. The cashier says they also take payment in Bitcoin, but you already spent all of yours on your subscription to monthly fantasy-themed anal beads. Fuck! This is why I need to read ahead before I actually start talking. God damn it. Looks like it's time for Plan B. Politely explain to the manager that you have a nut allergy and ask for a hypoallergenic payment option. Order some nuts on Uber Eats. Ooh. Do we do the hypoallergenic or Uber Eats? I don't know which one. I don't know. Uber Eats. Okay. So smart. You can't believe you didn't think of this sooner. You open Uber Eats, scroll past all the pizza places and Thai restaurants and place an order at Sylvester's Nut Barn. 45 minutes and several phone calls later, you finally manage to direct the driver to your location. Success! Perfect! Now we've got exactly what we need. Damien takes the bag of nuts from the driver and whacks him in the head with it, knocking the poor guy out. I can finally get that tasty McRib goodness I crave. Damien excitedly reaches into the unconscious driver's chest and breaks off both of his floating ribs. Well, this took a turn. Hell yeah, everybody knows McRibs are better fresh from the torso. Friend Damien, this is not a, I do not believe that you, error, too many simultaneous objections, moral panic imminent. Chill out, Robro. Remember that circle of life chart I helped you make? It clearly shows that predators, that's me, tear out Uber drivers' ribs and eat them all the time. It's nature, baby. Ah, I see. Moral panic averted. I will now proceed to respect murder so long as it takes place in the sanctity of nature. That's more like it. Not to mention, without those pesky floating ribs, this guy will totally be able to suck. But we're now making the Marilyn Manson reference. Shit. Not to mention, without those pesky floating ribs, this guy will totally be able to suck his own dick. Clip it if you want. I don't fucking care. Your generosity truly knows no bounds, friend Damien. I know, right? Hey, what the fuck are all these nuts doing here? I hate nuts. Damien checks the bag of nuts through a window. He then flees through the broken window, still holding the 2 bloody ribs he stole. Pretty standard stuff. You gain +2 fun and +1 boldness. That took a turn. Alright, we gotta go sit by the Dami Mommy. This is for... Yep, just standard, regular old stuff. Nothing to see here, folks. Dami Mommy and Calculester, let's go! You see Dahlia and Calculester sitting together. Dahlia is showing Calculester all of her Monster Scout badges, pulling them out one by one as if they're priceless treasures. Nope, we're not doing Mothman. We're here to smooch up the Calculester. And this is my brownie selling badge. I got it by selling the most brownies out of all the Monster Scouts. That's lovely, Dahlia. What was your entrepreneurial success strategy for selling the brownies? Actually, Polly helped me with this one. She said she added a secret ingredient to the batter. Whatever it was, people bought it by the buttload. Oh, I see. Yes, Silver, you will be able to lick the screen for Calculester Hewlett-Packard. I've got tons more. This is my brush your teeth 3 times badge, and here's my shower every day badge, and my K-Beauty Skincare Queen badge.
Is this what people call camping?
Are all of the Monster Scout badges predicated on completing basic organic hygiene? Deal has been sealed. Thank God. Not always. Here's my repurposed an entire skeleton badge. I got that by turning a human skull into a cereal bowl, his spine into a walking stick, and I used his ribs to make a cool xylophone. I love necro arts and crafts. Oh dear. Was the human already dead when this happened? Well, duh, he was actually a twofer. I got his skeleton by completing the rob a grave before the funeral was over badge. Sure enough. Coach was super proud of me, and I think the widow took it pretty well.
Let's get some badges.
I have a lot of the badges already, but there are still so many more to achieve. But Dahlia Aquino never gives up. I gotta earn them all! Friend Dahlia, I am appreciative that you have thought to share this very important thing with me. Of course, buddy. What are friends for? Quite. However, I cannot help but feel a bit conflicted over your desire to earn them all. It seems that many of the Monster Scout badges are morally dubious. And it basically is recycling-ish. What? That's blasphemy! The Monster Scouts are an esteemed organization of plucky young monsters who want to achieve and do good. So you say, but I fail to see how badges like turn a kindergarten class into a police state badge help you achieve and do good. Have you ever been in a kindergarten classroom before? Those little snotheads have no order or sense of duty. A police state would vastly improve their puny society. This has been a great reminder to never let Dahlia get into childcare. But in the meantime, which of your friends are you going to back in this Monster Scout debate? But Dahlia, how do you plan to get the questioning the Monster Scout badge system's integrity badge? Yeah, no, or the that's exactly what someone trying to beat Dahlia's badge record would say. Don't fall for it. We're trying to spook Calculus or something. Oh, I never thought about that before.
Not enough memory to process this.
I can't believe that's a legitimate badge. Why does it even exist? It seems a bit counterintuitive. Though perhaps the Monster Scout organization isn't so bad if it's open-minded enough to invite its followers to think critically about the system. Yes, I see now. This invitation for introspection allows Monster Scouts room for growth and judgment. How nice! By this metric, the Monster Scout organization is actually more ethically advanced... not ethnically advanced than several world governments. Who cares about any of that? My world is falling apart! You're right, Cal. You're always right. Are Monster Scout badges really worth anything if they're betraying my mindless, blind faith like this? But can you really blame the badges for your faith in them being compromised? Of course I can! Maybe I don't know nothing as meaning anymore! Who's this motherfucker? Great job, Dahlia. I'm so proud of you. Gah, Coach, go away. I can't let you see me like this. Questioning authority, doubting Monster Scout propaganda. It's not who I really am. I swear. It's okay. Critical thought, openness to questioning everything, embracing the confusing aspects of reality and existential dread. Those are all aspects of every Monster Scout should master. I'm proud to award you with your Questioning the Monster Scout Badge System's Integrity Badge. But sorry, kids, I gotta go. I walked out on my colonoscopy for this. Stay in school! How does one just walk out of a colonoscopy? I'm not sure if I want this badge or any of the badges. I think I need to lie down. Amira, this is fantastic. I'm so happy that we could help Dahlia achieve this level of personal growth. I would give you a badge for that if I had any. Perhaps instead I could reward you with a soft collision of our bodies assisted by our arms. I believe you organics call it a hug. That's way better. You're sure Dahlia will be back to her bombastic, badge-loving self by tomorrow. For now, you're going to milk this hug for as long as you can. Hand-holding and now hugs.
Where to go now?
Boldness and creativity are lagging. But we still got that bonus from the boots. His face is a heart. Come on, Amira, can you keep up? Can you keep up? Can you come on? Come on! Can you? What you got? Can you? Okay, I'm done fucking around. We'll do smarts because Calculatron enjoys that. While you're hiking through the woods, you accidentally step on a pile of leaves covering a massive hole. It was a trap! An evil goblin hunter, it's a goblin who hunts, or someone who hunts goblins, you'll never know, appears. They were the one who put the trap in there. This is it, you're done. You get ready to embrace death, but the goblin hunter only set the trap to get someone to help them to do their math homework. Well, that sounds about right. They'll only let you leave if you help them. You don't have any other option here. It's a bit boring, but you actually learn some useful calculus. You gain +4 smarts. You spot Calculus, you're fiddling with what looks like a compass. You ask to borrow it because you have a strong desire for any object that contains the word ass. Though it pains me to deny your request, Amira, I simply must decline. This is an experimental compass which I am using for a special project. You ask him why his experimental compass has replaced the word north with great job.
Is this what people call camping?
For encouragement. You see, this is no ordinary compass. What I am attempting to construct here is a moral compass. Knew this joke was coming at some point. During my tenure at Spooky High, and subsequently here at Camp Spooky, I've noticed that many of our peers are, shall we say, morally challenged. It's not their fault. I know. All monsters are fundamentally good. They are merely confused. And possibly sociopaths. So in order to help them know what is right and hopefully to do a bit less crimes, I am constructing this device to help point them in the right direction. Give me just a second. The trouble is, whereas ordinary compasses orient themselves according to the Earth's magnetic north, I do not know what ought to serve as my compass's moral north. Jesus. At first, I was sure it should point at Oprah, but then I learned that she's breeding an army of snake people infused with her DNA in order to take over the world. That won't do it all. With so many Oprah snake clones slithering around, the compass won't know where to point. What an odd fucking quest this is. Oh, but I have another idea. I can ask you for help. You are clearly a paragon of virtue, as evidenced by the fact that you are always following me around trying to please me. What do you think I should use for my moral north? 500 copies of Immanuel Kant's Critique of Pure Reason buried at a crossroads. Whoever's at the top of the official World Karma scoreboard. Okay. 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 I got an ad starting in about a minute and a half. Just for the record. 500 copies of Immanuel Kant. Yeah. Let's see. But where will we get 500 copies of Kant's seminal moral work on such short notice? Oh, you already got them. Last page of the Critique of Pure Reason reads, by the way, the greatest categorical imperative of all is to go out and buy 499 more copies of the Critique of Pure Reason. Thank goodness you decided to express your morality through consumerism, Amira. How very modern. Come, let us bury your books. You head out into the woods with a couple of shovels and get to digging. It's nice to share some manual labor time with your metal pal. You get all sweaty from the hard work. Cal doesn't, though, so he asks you to smear some of your sweat on him so he can feel included. So romantic. I don't think sharing sweat is what one might call romantic. I'm not. Don't think so. Mm-mm. Oh. Okay, there it is. At last you finish burying all 500 copies. Only then do you remember books aren't magnetic. Dang! But suddenly, look, Amira! My compass is going haywire! And the ground is it shaking? It is indeed. From the pit full of books, a glowing blue hand emerges. Oh my, it appears the books we planted have sprouted into a morally ideal person. It's just as Kant wrote in chapter 7. The morally ideal person rises from the dirt. Their eyes glow with golden light. They have... Yep, here we go. You're getting ready to clip this. I know you are. They have big titties and a huge wiener. There you go. Big titties, huge wiener. Daddy likey. Hello, morally ideal person. What is your name? The only name that is categorically correct to have, says the apparition. Douglas. Hello, Douglas. Would you like to be the moral north for the compass I am making? Well, says Douglas, I was going to travel the earth righting wrongs with my supernatural powers of moral reasoning. But it is categorically imperative to do nice things for people when they ask you to. Very well. I will stand here for eternity in order to power your dodgy compass. Alright, we are in the middle of an ad break. Wow, you truly are a paragon of virtue. Thank you, Douglas. I will come and visit you all the time. By the way, can I call you Doug? That would be like calling Immanuel Kant Manny K, says Douglas. Indeed, I am already learning so much about moral reasoning. Farewell, Douglas. I shall visit you every day. Cal stays true to his word, and the lessons he learns from Douglas make him an even sweeter boy than he was already. As for you, you content yourself with +2 charm and +1 smarts. I think I'm just going to max out smarts at this point. Today you decide to hike all the way across the woods. You want to see what's on the other side. It's a long, treacherous hike that ends up only taking an hour. I guess these woods aren't that big after all. How do you and your friends get lost in them so often? Anyway, it turns out there's a library on the other side of the woods. You go in, read some books or something, and gain +4 smarts. It's a beautiful day at Camp Spooky, and Calculester is taking the opportunity to show off his succulents. You see, friend Amira, I did not want my succulents to feel left out of the camp spirit, so I have been making each of them tiny Camp Spooky appropriate outfits. Each one will be receiving a tiny scout sash, then with even tinier scout badges and individual bathing suits they can wear while I spray them with mist. Calculester is so adorable when he talks about his plans, you can't help but stare lovingly into his face as he speaks. Well, 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 why am I not surprised? Yet another camper staring intently at a screen instead of enjoying the great outdoors. Look at this bitch. Who's this? Camp Spooky isn't about using electronics. It's about engaging in classical activities like scouting and swimming and doing manual labor to benefit the camp. And yet here you all are, on your phones. This does sound like every old fucking person. Thank you for the redeem. Shake that ass, Death. I'm going to say this and it's going to trigger a bunch of people. Get off your phones. Talk to one another. Explain that Calculester is not, in fact, a phone, but rather a sentient being and, in fact, a fellow camper under her charge. Friend Amira is right. Friend Camp Director Miss Weaving, you and I have interacted multiple times. I have book. I refuse to talk. Fair enough. That's what students and their phones always say to try to justify their technology addiction and neglect their real-world responsibility. Yep, I was waiting for Rufus. I was waiting for somebody to go, God damn it! You have left me with no choice. I'm afraid I'm going to have to confiscate all screens from you until you've kicked this nasty habit. Quick as a flash, Camp Director Miss Weaving grabs Calculester and starts trying to put him in her pocket. Help! Help! I'm being kidnapped! No, you're not. You're being confiscated. There's a huge difference. It has to do with whether I consider you as a person or not. Whether I consider you a person or not. Rescue me, friend Amara! Rescue me from friend Camp Director Miss Weaving, who is not being a good friend at all right now. You can't let Calculester be kidnapped, computer napped, confiscated, whatever. He can't be taken away. You need to find a way to convince Camp Director Miss Weaving that your relationship with Calculester is far from an unhealthy addiction. Given your history of spending all your time and energy trying to impress one classmate with no regard for school or extracurriculars, this may not be true, but you still need to convince her. Oh my god. Show her a really unhealthy addiction by digging up your old Garfield Conspiranoia blog. Show her you're addicted to sex with machines anonymous computer chip, which proves your relationship with robots has been healthy for 10 months. I don't know what to say. What do you all think is the smart move here? Because... Because I'm thinking the bottom one will be like, Calculester will be like, wait, hold the fuck on. You had a robot sex addiction? And then the top one, maybe that will show that you've reflected that you've had therapy, but I don't know. I have no idea. I think I'm gonna do the unhealthy addiction. Fuck it. You pull out your cell phone to access your old Tumblr. You have 10, but you specifically access the Garfield one. This appears to be a link to a 40-page document explaining your belief that Garfield was murdered 10 years ago and replaced with a look-alike cat. Yeah, so you explain that this is the abridged version containing approximately 20% of your total findings on the matter. One part hazards that this new cat is actually allergic to lasagna, and all recent depictions of lasagna are clearly disguised meatloaf, indistinguishable from lasagna. But if it's indistinguishable from lasagna, how would you know if it's not lasagna? You take out a Garfield comic clip from the newspaper and demonstrate exactly how you know by licking it. Yeah. You pull out another Garfield strip from a different era and encourage her to lick each lasagna and see if she can tell for herself that they are completely different. Camp director Miss Weaving declines, like a fool who is too afraid to see the truth which is right in front of her. Instead, she moves on to your next blog post. This is a vast spiraling multicolored chart claiming to offer inextricable proof that Garfield and Naruto take place in the same universe. Your eyes light up as you explain the deeper meaning behind each color choice and how even the font choices add a layer to the story, but Miss Weaving talks right over you. This one is simply entitled Hidden Symbology in Garfield. Is the innocent comic strip the way the powerful cult known as the Grand Orange Lodge secretly communicates with its adepts worldwide to fulfill their agenda of erasing the day Monday from calendars? Yes, your piece de resistance. You dive into the intricate details of the conspiracy, which touch on everything from the back of the $1 bill to the melting point of steel beams. God damn it. Alright, Camper Myra, I've heard more than enough. This is far more disturbing than ever I could have anticipated. I thought that by taking away this robot would be enough, but clearly you need far more help than a simple confiscation of your friend can provide. Also, I am now uncertain as to whether or not I even am Friend Amira's friend. Based on the depth of their observation, I esteemed a high probability that Friend Amira only befriended me so as to use my service to research the Garfield conspiracy. Is this true? Is this why you befriended Mr. Hewlett Packard? You start to protest, but you've hurt Calculester enough for one day. You can't bear to add insult to injury by lying on top of it all. Instead, you rush into an explanation about how it may have started that way, that at first you only saw him as a means to an end, and then the end was Garfield theories, but the more you got to know and love him, the more that changed, and now you genuinely love him for him. I'm sorry, unfriend Amara. Fuck! But the trust has been broken. It is too late. It looks like Camp Director Miss Weaving didn't need to confiscate Calculus from you after all. You did it all on your own. You also lose 2 boldness and 1 fun.
Anyone know a good ghost story?
Fuck! Well, how do we salvage this one? We've got 1 more week. And then the meteor shower. Oh, I accidentally clicked it. I'm sorry. You find Milo and Calculester drinking enough wine to bleed France dry, which is odd because, you know, Calculester doesn't have a mouth.
Welcome to a new day with Milo Belladonna.
Ah, I have to say, I think that the natural crispness of this Pinot Grigio pairs nicely with the gooey processed sweetness of the toasted marshmallow. Yet the Syrah's smoky undertones and undoubtedly, I don't know if I said that correctly, and I'm hoping to God Dante is not here to laugh at my lack of wine knowledge. He is not, thank God. Okay. I think that's a nice box of red wine is exactly what I need to relax after an exhausting PTA meeting and a thoroughly unsatisfying lovemaking session with my husband Greg. Look at the screen. Look at his face. Look at Calculus's face. Oh my God. Wow. What on earth are you talking about? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Was my meaning not clear enough? Perhaps this minion meme will suffice to explain my thoughts. Look, here it says, I whine because my kids whine. What a clever little pun. Where are you getting your sommelier information from? Don't think it's a terribly credible source. Sigh. I fear you are right, friend Milo, but I have no taste buds, and so I have resorted to Google searching I love wine in order to formulate my critique. But I dearly wish to participate somehow. It seems that the bitter taste of wine and divorce are integral to the organic experience. How can I be a part of it? What a fascinating aesthetic question. Truly, how can a wholesome computer boy enjoy a wine tasting? Let's see. Wine tasting isn't about taste, it's about the drama. How does the wine make you reflect on the fleeting, flavorful joys of life? Or, it's okay, Cal. Nobody actually drinks wine at a tasting anyway. Just swirl it around and throw two random adjectives together and people will think you're cultured as hell. I am almost out of water. I'm thinking... it's about the drama. How does the wine make you reflect on the fleeting, flavorful joys of life? Because he's wanting to understand, right? He's wanting to understand humanity. He's wanting to understand organic culture. Maybe I'm overthinking this. It is a dating sim silly game. The second one? Are you sure? This goes tits up. We blame Silver. Understand? Good call, Silver. Oh, how exciting. Now I can finally put that random adjective generator I impulsively downloaded to good use. There's actually more to wine tasting than just making things up. And are you sure? Because after swirling this cup of Merlot around a bit, I dub it acutely voluptuous due to its innovative use of plums. Okay, what do you think about this Pinot Blanc? How delightful. The beverage's 14.2% alcohol content is both bombastic and slender. I never would have thought to describe it that way. Could it be that the most refined taste of all is no taste? Miko! What is up? We're dating silly monster people. We're trying to hit on the robot guy. I need to figure out a way to program it that when you fucking, that is exactly what Silver said to do, is to lick him. Yeah. That is exactly, oh my god, great minds. Oh my god. Great minds, horny minds. And here we have this rustic brown wine. Its cinnamon overtones are violently hedonistic. Yum! Have an ad starting in about 40 or about 50 seconds. Just a heads up. That's actually whiskey, darling, but I admire your spirit nonetheless. I am not ruining the day. I think. Oh, it was? Well, that explains why you're pissed drunk after drinking 3 full glasses of it. Miss Cal's happy with you. It's a voluptuously bombastic evening. Or is it bombastically voluptuous? Whatever, you're wasted, you have fun. Bring out your flasks! I'll take a gamble. We'll do gamble this time. Weekend arrives, and so it's time to visit Juan, the small magical Latino cat. Look who's here. Welcome to my bar. Really, I don't know who in their right mind would take such a risk. I guess you have more thirst than common sense. Anyway, check this drink out. Cosmopolitan drink of the day. Quite appealing, right? Don't know if I'd drink that, but the real question is, would you? I also have this mystery box, because at this point, who knows what you drink? I think we take the Cosmo, because that looks really cool. Yeah, no, totally. I was testing your common sense. And you passed! Your prize is the drink you chose. Cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan received its name because it disrupts the very core of the cosmos. Thanks to it, any stat effect is now doubled for you, for better or for worse. Hope you can stomach that. Happy trails! Okay. So, did it say any stat is doubled? Creativity? Which one was creativity? Yeah, this was creativity. Creativity. That day, the Monster Scouts hike around the camp, cleaning up litter to respect nature and stuff. Nobody but Coach gives a damn about picking up trash, but it does quickly become a contest to find the coolest garbage. Some find used condoms, others find weirdly shaped fruit. You somehow find a Rembrandt. It's an original. The mystery of how the Rembrandt ended up there will go on to trigger the most epic adventure you all will go on during the summer. But it won't happen on screen. But you still gain +2 creativity just by looking at it, so magnificent. Afterwards, you get yourself trapped in one of Coach's famous lectures about the dangers of wild animals. And this dangerous invasive species continues to roam the woods, abandoned by their dark masters, purposeless. They're a plague on the natural wildlife. But I am confused, friend Coach. Do these creatures really deserve such torment? All they did was invent the former Google Plus platform. Surely that is not grounds for... Casp, Google Plus? Is that what you've been talking about while I ignore everyone in live stream? The psychopaths behind that global tragedy are here? I do not understand how a social media platform could be synonymous with the word tragedy. No, Calculus, darling, you are too innocent and naive to understand. Google Plus was a festering boil on the smooth, perfect skin of social media. It was completely unusable, and yet it was everywhere. YouTube, Google accounts, in your backyard, knocking on your window, asking when you finally post a status. And now it's forever. Its former developers have been loosed into our woods instead of being properly rehomed in other failing companies. They've completely disrupted local ecosystems, littering their electric scooters everywhere and offering a crowdsourced alternative to birds. Nice. But birds already exist. Why would anyone want to crowdfund a product to fill a hole in the market that doesn't exist? Don't you get it? This is Google Plus we're talking about. They made their careers on filling in holes in markets that don't exist. This epidemic must be quelled, and the Google Plus developers captured. Otherwise, they might start Google Plus again. I can't go back to those dark days. That's why S4 have got to capture them. With your combined efforts and my brilliant leadership, we should have this problem fixed before the fat lady can scream for help. I don't know how I feel about that last sentence. Not to lie. A little scuzzy. Don't feel that was on the up and up. Not a great day for old Uncle Mikey. Now, let's see. All we need to do is slide into their DMs. That stands for Dirt Mansions, which is where they've been living. That actually isn't what that stands for. And then we photobomb them until they're too weak to fight back. And then we relocate them to our thirst trap. We can find lots of those on Channing Tatum's Instagram. Or mine. You know, because I've been doing the working out. Getting in shape. I literally am wearing a shirt right now that says, I shit you not, my mother bought me this shirt. It says, yes, with a body like this, who needs hair? That's my mom. Thanks, Mom. Okay, clearly Coach is worse than useless in this situation. Do you have any ideas on how to round up this invasive species before they roll out another convoluted like system? Stand under this huge net and shout, does anyone have an idea for an app? The perfect lure. Open a new Asian fusion restaurant, but the floor is just a bunch of leaves over a pit of spikes. The lure, the app thing is pretty good. Asian fusion restaurant is pretty good. I think I'm gonna go for the lure. I think I'm gonna go for the lure. Immediately there's a stampede. You and your friends barely have enough time to climb a tree for cover before a horde of disheveled former Google Plus developers surround you. An app that finds correlations between trending hashtags and your ovulation cycle, cries one. That's way too close to that weird VTuber ovulation tracker that some asshole built. That's an app that reads your palm and tells you what your spiritual soup flavor is, says another. A dating app that tells you where the nearest bowl of unclaimed pasta is. We'll call it Send Nudes. Jesus fuck Christ. Wow, these developers certainly seem to have gone a bit feral. For instance, one of them appears to be dismantling my leg in an effort to find a microchip capable of powering a pizza delivery drone. While you try and beat the Google Plus devs off of Cal's leg with a crowbar, one of them suggests an app that repels crowbars, Milo appears to be egging them on. This is going somewhere, kids.
Should do a collab.
I'm hearing a lot of great ideas, people, but none of these has yet to really... Thank you for the redeem, Eric. We could scream, they say, wow, wow, wow. Yes, good pitch. But could you all try standing in a tight-knit circle beneath this interestingly shaped tree cover and screaming even louder? That didn't scare you. Did young Frankenstein scare you, Silver? Is that what I'm hearing? Coach lets the net drop on them. They continue screaming wow louder and louder as if that will free them somehow. You, Milo, and Calculus roll the former Google Plus devs into a lake where they can no longer harm anybody with their useless inventions. Here's to environmental preservation and putting an end to shitty social media. You gain +4 smarts and +2 charm. You may have jumped. Okay. What, we get the creativity up again? That's what I think. I think we should do. Yeah. Okay. A day, Monster Scouts, you learn to make your very own clothes in the wild. Someone suggests a fashion show, so afterwards you all put on your outfits and show them off. If you'd known that would be the result, you probably would have made something other than a leaf and stick thong and vine woven nipple tassels. Needless to say, nobody will be forgetting your performance anytime soon. You gain +2 creativity. But that's all dumb bullshit compared to what you're really at camp for. Intimate moments with your synthetic crush Calculuser. I literally just read that almost verbatim in my head as if it was the AI from Dungeon Crawler Carl. I may have a problem with those audiobooks. Anyway. You slip away at the first possible moment so you can spend the afternoon with him, romantically going through a book of photographs and telling him which ones are faces. Silver, you don't have a full-on addiction. So this is a cleverly disguised trick. You see, this is an intervention, Silver. I'm sorry to do this to you, but we've noticed how much money you've been spending lately on these books, and Ryu has told me that, you know, it's gotten to an unhealthy level. You've basically been screaming, Mongo is appalled, anytime he tries to correct you on something. It's not good. It's not good. You've talked to him at length about stat points. Yes, I know. The little dinosaur is very cute and all, but I am Carl. That is, truer words have never been spoken. Yes, you are Princess Donut, the Queen, and Chonk. But look, in all seriousness, we just really care about you. Deeply, truly. We just want nothing but the best for you. What we would like for you to do is maybe back off purchasing books. I've tried to buy the goddamn books, and you know what you did? You fucking went and bought the books anyway. I'm trying to repay you for all the editing and shit you do. Miko, get on her ass, please. Everybody, get on her ass. She's supposed to take payment from me. Jockey, don't bring up the fact that I still owe you money. I'm waiting for the payout from this month. No, please don't quit, Silver. Please don't quit. Miko, she has a very unhealthy obsession with Dungeon Crawler Carl and may have bought almost all the books at this point. It's a thing. Anyway, I think I'm going to go back from this bit a little bit because... Yes, boss. I'll get back to my work. Andrew, didn't you also pre-order the special edition one? And the graphic novel. God damn it. Back to the game, because we need to hurry up. Which one are faces? He leans in to get a higher resolution view of one of the images, bringing his face within inches of your face. The moment is unmistakable. You lean in, and kiss him tenderly on the screen. It tastes like television. You rub your lips and tongue passionately across the slightly warm glass surface. But he's not kissing you back! What are you doing, Amira? Are you attempting to clean my screen? Allow me to provide you with a moist disinfectant wipe. No! You explained a bit embarrassed that you were trying to kiss him. Did y'all like how I read that, by the way? I've been told I should read erotica. Keep reading. Yeah, it's gotcha.
Initializing love.exe.
Love.exe! Yes, baby! Oh, a kiss! I am delighted to add this to my tally of formative adolescent experiences. And yet, though I like you very much, I cannot help but think that this kiss was not as arousing for me as it was for you. Kissing, you see, requires a mouth, which I do not have. I am glad that the hyper-realistic mouth on my screen fooled you, but it is only a simulacrum. I experience similar problems when attempting eating, and don't even get me started on pooping. You'd rather not. It's already kind of ruining the romantic mood. What you really need is some other way to emotionally/physically connect with Calculester. What's the robotic equivalent of smooching? Come on. You've spent your whole horny life training for a situation like this. Alright, Miko. You're overly horny. Silver, you are as well. I'm going to need your help on this. Upload an image of your lips to this hard drive via the most intimate medium, a 3.5-inch floppy, or whisper beautiful numbers to each other. Which will get a point across to him. What would you... The first one? First one. Silver, what do you think? I think I'm with Miko. Miko, you say whisper? Damn it. You guys are divided. Fuck. I was hoping this would be a slam dunk. Coin toss time. I don't have a coin. Motherfucker. Oh, that's a good point, Silver. We have our smarts at 25. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try this. Beautiful numbers. Goodness, Amira, I didn't realize we'd reached that stage in a relationship. Good thinking. If kissing is anything like math, then I am beginning to understand why organics are so obsessed with it. Come, friend Amira, stare into my simulated eyes and tell me a beautiful number. You start with the classic. 531-800... 531-80008. And for those of you who are not as cultured as some, that's what that spells. Ooh, how naughty. Personally, I am a fan of the so-called sexy primes. Any pair of primes which differ by exactly 6. 11 and 17 are particularly raunchy, don't you think? Not as raunchy as 010100101001010101001000. You counter. Eggplant. Wow, you know how to spell sex in binary? You truly are a numerical Casanova. That's not all you know how to do, you tell him. You proceed to list as many digits of pi as you can remember. You're soon out of 1415926.535 territory and into the much more sultry 36001133.053 zone. Dear me, Amira, I had no idea you were such an experienced lover of pie. Go on, keep reciting. I can take it. You don't need to be told twice. You breeze right past 67139009 and thrust boldly forward towards 1477235.014. Don't. Don't stop. Don't stop. I think my memory buffer is about to overflow. 64676788952. Error, arousal overload, venting chassis to avoid CPU meltdown. A blast of hot air explodes from Calculus's body, causing him to convulse in ecstasy. When the steam clears, you see that he's ejected a sheet of paper from his printer. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, this is tremendous. It's your name and his inside an ASCII heart. Aww. You overwhelmed Calculusor with your erotic numerology and made it through this entire outcome without mentioning 69. Nice. You gain +4 creativity and +2 smarts. That is... Yeah. You're probably going to have to manually cut that because I think Twitch only lets you do like a minute or so. The last day of summer is here. Who will be your summer love? We're going with Calculusor, of course. Ask Calculusor to go to the meteor shower.
Let's start a fire.
You finally gather the courage and ask your beloved to watch the meteor shower with you. You desire a summer fling with me? Well, my summer research has indicated that a summer romance is an integral part to having the perfect camp experience. And according to my diagnostic scan of all of our fellow campmates, you are indeed the most desirable match by a 0.6% margin. In that case, I would love to be your fling. The last day of camp was lovely. Before the meteor shower, Calculusor took you on a romantic hike and pointed out all different types of plants and wildflowers along your walk. He taught you which flower arrangements meant what, back in the Victorian era when people used super impractical communication methods like flower arrangements. During the shower, Calculusor surprised you with a bouquet he arranged. Fennel for flattery, a tulip for passion, and a printed out JPEG of a red rose. On the back of the picture was typed, "Apologies, red roses are not found in the wilderness often, but I still like you very much. Heart C." There are 1,196 outcomes. 2 out of 82 special stuff. No secret endings. No new outcomes, no new special stuff. Oh, that must have been from the last game. Holy shit. Before we knew it, those weeks were gone. It felt like a hot minute, and it felt like an entire lifetime. That night, as we saw summer coming to an end, we all wondered what would come next for us. It felt like the end of something big. Little did we know that life still had many wonders and misadventures in store for us. Now I'm older and I can see it, how those years became the foundation of the mythology of our lives. Broken hearts turned to tragedies sung for centuries, wild nights became epics treasured forever. Every kiss and every laugh is now a consolation we'll always find while gazing into the starry night, no matter how many years go by. Even today I can still close my eyes and I'm there. on that last summer night, feeling like I was just starting to live life. With all my friends around that campfire, so young and unafraid, and so ready to start.
Welcome to the streamer version of the credit song. Thanks for playing Monster Camp. What did you like the most about it? Will you review it? I am the bringer of a message just for you, oh live streamers of the world. I was commissioned to write a song about your issues so you can use it with no condition. It's a pinky promise. It won't strike you down, down, down. We won't bother you down the line. You will monetize. Streaming Monster Camp. You won't get a strike. Playing Monster Camp. You'll be just fine. Streaming Monster Camp. You will monetize. Playing Monster Camp. You'll be just fine. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Whatever you will make your favorite streamer stay a bit better. Don't you forget it. Like if making content wasn't hard enough to worry about this stuff, like losing all your revenue or getting your third strike, but not with Monster Camp. Streaming Monster Camp. You won't get a strike. Playing Monster Camp. You'll be just fine. So now that we're here, my name is Claudia Martinez. Oh yeah. I made most of the music for the game. What did you think of it? Come on, just go and buy it. Please buy it, Dali and Damin have me looked up writing songs for Pentagram and they won't let me go until we sell 1 million copies. Streaming Monster Camp. You won't get a strike. Playing Monster Camp. You'll be just fine. Say goodbye to the streamer version of the credit song. And remember, streaming Monster Camp. You'll be just fine.
Streamer safe credit songs. You just unlocked the Flask Genie. You just unlocked Poison. You just unlocked Stat Smoothie. Oh my god. That was really fun. I was laughing my ass off. Never come by again so soon. Ah shit, I completely forgot my lines. Something, welcome to the Meta Shop. You can look around, whatever, while I get caught up. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we can buy sketch packs. Alternative playable characters sketch pack. Horny Halloween outfit pack. Yeah, we're buying that. Yeah. I bet you have fun with that one. So we'll give you all something to come back to. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the end of our time together. I am so sad to see you all go, but I am way over my streaming time. And my wife, I think, is heading home and probably going to get mad at me. But it's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our first playthrough of Monster Camp. Well, you came in late, Miko. I can't help it. I'm sorry. But you can catch the VOD either off of my twitch.tv/oldUncleMikey or as the or the youtube.com @UncleMikeyVod channel. Of course, you guys can find all that stuff inside of our socials. And it's been a blast hanging out with you guys. And I guess I will talk to y'all later. Thank you, Eric. I'll see you guys later. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. Have a good night, everybody.